his defense on Luka Doncic here. Watch him. Forces the turnover, throws it to the other end.
Oh, knocks it down. 3 steals and 3 blocks for the first time in his career. What a time to pick it.
And a little back scratcher on the dunk.
What I'm saying,
It's a perfect time.
But how often do you see this happen? In the first quarter, Luka Doncic asking to be subbed out of the game. Kyrie would sub in for him here.
Yeah,
Hello.
he getting put in those pick and rolls.
He been putting pick and rolls his whole career. It was just the adrenaline from the finals, but Porzingis was feeding off of it, though.
He got subbed in and was cooking immediately.
It was a 6-point game when Luka subbed out. And
Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh!
No!
What a great play for a guy that big to be this fast and agile. That's crazy.
take one more look at this. Whew.
The body control
That
that
didn't
come
even
in
get out
front
of
of it
Josh
from the
Green's
side.
The
hands.
Celtics led by 17 after one. That's the largest lead at the end of the first quarter in game 1 of the NBA Finals ever.
Now that was nasty.
God.
That was nasty. Split the screen between the legs. Woo!
Double
Catch a
contest.
body.
Guess what,
Catch a
though?
body.
Yes, and talk about it.
He didn't stop there.
This right here, this got you.
Got you.
This to me was huge in the game. He decided when he was guarding Luka, he was picking up full court. So it wasn't just the dunks, it was a commitment to defense.
Later in the second, Celtics up by 26.
JT
Jason
say,
Tatum.
let me get some of this action.
And then Porzingis just hitting a
That
cool
one was tough.
30.
That was a backbreaker.
Too little.
And I love the smirk, Malika.
I do too. Going ahead to the third quarter. The Mavs did mount a little bit of a comeback here, Zach.
They did. Luka got going from 3. Can't go under that screen even from that far out. Got a little bit nervous, and then it was not nervous time anymore very quickly.
So Brown said the message during the timeout was the game is starting now. Now that this is close, we need to respond. And Porzingis did.
He did, but great job by Jason Tatum attacking the glass all night. Great offensive rebound. Look at the ball movement.
That was the story of the game. One side moved the ball, one side did not.
Jaylen Brown as well.
I mean, these are practice shots for the Celtics.
Kicks
These
it
are
out
just
to the
wide
corner.
open shots.
Horford for 3, and then on the other end, Brown just swats Kyrie Irving shot out of bounds.
Don't see that too often.
No, you don't.
A lot of
don't.
Jaylen Brown
miscalculation.
letting the crowd know here. And then on the other end,
Oh, come on.
pulls up for 3.
Come on.
And then Chiney, he turns around and he blows a kiss to the crowd. The Celtics 14-2 run out of the timeout. They end up big. So the Celtics became the 17th team in finals history to win game 1 by at least 15 points. 13 of the previous 16 went on to win the series. But the last team to lose this situation, anyone know? Anyone know? Richard Jefferson? The 2016 Warriors?
Never heard of him.
To your Cleveland Cavaliers. But Jason Tatum said it. That I asked him a question about how it felt to be back on this stage, exercising these demons that he's carried for the last 2 years. And he said, honestly, I was a little bit nervous. But it's clearly still playing in his head that they've been in this situation before, winning game 1 and then going on to lose the series. So what did they prove to you, though, that last night, Rich?
That they are who we thought they were, in my opinion. When I look at the Boston Celtics, and it's the depth. They had 6 guys with 10 or more. They had 7 guys with 8 or more, and that's also with Peyton Pritchard going 0 for 7. So they legitimately they go 8 deep. You know, when they talk about cutting your team, we're going to shorten we're going to play 7, we might play. They just go so deep with great players, and that's the problem for everyone else that's having to guard them. They're elite defensively, they have elite defenders, and on the offensive end, there's no real key way to stop when you got a guy like Porzingis that can come off the bench and give you 20 points in 20 minutes. And then you still got Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, Derek White, but you got so much there. So that is really the problem. So their depth, their talent across the board is superior.
There was a lot of talk before the series. Celtics had allegedly easy road to the finals. How would they respond to a big test like this? They came out and answered the bell immediately. And actually, it was Dallas that looked like it dawned on them during the game. Oh boy, this is a new level. This is a new level of shooting all around the floor that we have not encountered before, and it stretched their defense to the breaking point, and they got to come out with a response in game 2. But Boston came out firing on all cylinders, great game plan. It looked like Dallas was the team on its heels right away.
Yeah, and we also started off the series, at least before the game, saying what will win? Will it be the best player on the planet still playing basketball, or will it be the best team? And I think we saw that the NBA, you can't win with just one great star, especially when you're going up against an ensemble, a talented group. And this starting 5, Richard, to your credit, They had a combined 75 points, not including Kristaps Porzingis' 20 points in 20 minutes. They are deep, and that is what they have bet on. And it also taught me, Malika, that 82 games matter. When you are able to finish with a 12-game gap as the top dog in the league, and you get to play at home, Kristaps talked about how excited he was to walk into that tunnel and go out there. That was transferred to how he played. It makes an impact.
Kristaps Porzingis was great. Jason Tatum talked about that he was nervous. He told you that in his post-game interview. But the guy that I'm looking at was Jaylen Brown. And even after the game, he's serious as hell right now. He's standing on business. And to be honest with you, he was the best player on the floor. He controlled the pace. He dictated the physicality, especially on Luka. He had at least 5, not popular, powerful plays that were deflating for the Dallas Mavericks. Whether it was going up and snatching the screws out of the rim on Daniel Gafford, or using his verticality to challenge Derrick Jones and block his shot.
Can you feel that breeze?
I can't.
You preaching, Perk.
No, but real talk, or picking up Luka twice and picking his pocket. Like, this man right here, ever since he didn't get picked for an all-NBA team, from that point, he's been standing on business. Not only did he get the Larry Bird trophy, but he approached this game last night, and he's on a mission right now. I don't know if it's about winning the championship, the finals MVP, or he's here to prove that he's the best player in the world. Whatever it is, the Boston Celtics and the fan base need to be happy.
Perk, I love alliteration, and it started with your favorite letter, Perk, P, right?
Yeah.
Not popular, but powerful plays. That's really important, because if you saw when he got subbed out of the game, did you guys see him? He was standing up with his teammates, and he was not happy. He was like, we've got more to give. We've got more to give. And so I love that aspect of that as well.
And that was his message, right? This is when the game starts. The game started when it got close, when the Dallas Mavericks whittled it down to 8 points. But I don't know if y'all were mostly watching the game, but every once in a while, if you look over at Zach Lowe during a game, right, he's scribbling notes. Like, he's just down there, like, making sure he gets every single thing down. There was one moment in the game where he looked up, and he said something that I don't think we can say on TV. What was that moment, Zach?
Holy bleep!
Yep.
It was my holy bleep moment. It was about Jaylen Brown. A lot of attention to his on-ball defense. Check out his off-ball defense on the back line of the pick and roll. He looks like a center. Luka's prodding. I got the lob. No, you don't. Airplane mode. Perfectly timed rotation. But that's not all. The play continues. Bing, bing, bing. Here comes the drive. He starts looking like Rudy Gobert at the rim in this game, like a center blocking shots. That is an unbelievable play.
They were good tonight, but again, we got to be better. Nerves or not being in this situation, no, we can't use that as an excuse. It's just basketball, and we got to be better at the game of basketball on Sunday.
We didn't perform the way we would have wanted to tonight. It starts with me just being able to get out there and get us settled. I got to take some accountability for just the communication. They came out and hit us in the mouth early. Got the home crowd going into it, down 17 in the first quarter. When you get them rolling like that, they play a very easy game the rest of the game, and we just got to hit them in the mouth a little bit.
Kyrie finished with 12 points on 6 of 19 shooting. He missed all 5 of his threes. The field goal percentage is the worst in a game in his finals career. He also had postseason lows in plus minus and assists and three-point shooting. And I think when we think about the last sort of week plus, the layoff that we had, we spent a lot of time talking about Kyrie Irving and his leadership and the experience that he has on this stage that his teammates just do not have. We didn't see him play his best game last night, but Perk, if you're slicing up a pie and serving up a slice to each member of the Dallas Mavericks, how big is the serving you're giving Kyrie?
Well, can I do a percentage? A percentage?
Is there any pie left?
I'm going to get...
Sorry, I couldn't help myself.
Why you punch me? Because I can't hit Shanae. So I might as well punch you. So
second hand punch.
I'm gonna give him 75% of the blame, and here's why. Right?
That's not a slice. That's
the pie.
I know, but here's why. And I guarantee you, if Kyrie Irving was sitting up here, he'll take 75% of the blame, because he's the only player on that team that's been on this stage, right? And forget that he went 6 for 19. I don't expect him to do that the rest of this series. But at the end of the day, I didn't see the same leader on the floor. I didn't see the same guy that has has been putting the key in guys' back. I didn't see that leadership out of Kyrie Irving because he was struggling, or probably because he was getting caught up in the moment of being back in Boston. In order for the Mavs to be successful or have a chance at winning this series, it's not going to be because of Luka. It's going to be because of the leadership of Kyrie Irving. Y'all remember when Daniel Gafford was, not Daniel Gafford, Derek Lively, he was playing, what was it, what we used to play, hide and go seek or whatever. And he was playing that Oklahoma City game when he was trying not to get fouled.
Yeah, that was tag.
Tag.
I like hide and go seek.
But I'm saying Kyrie went up to him and he said, hey, man, stop running and go up there and make your free throws.
Hey, man.
Like, those are the leadership things, leadership skills that he got to bring out, especially in the finals.
I'm not going to say it's – look, I think it's a collective piece of that pie. I think everybody gets a slice. And look, when you are one of the best players, and I was very vocal saying that I believe that Kyrie could very well be the second best player in the series. And if you're one of the top 3 players in the series, you perform like Kyrie did, you lose the game, that's part of, like, great players know you get all the love or you get all the blame.
Right.
So in this situation, yeah, he's going to take a large percentage of it. But I think collectively their entire team looked at this. It's not a throwaway game because I feel like there was a lot for them to learn, but it's definitely one of those, like, hey, look, I'll take this one. I'll be the leader. I'll be better.
Yeah, I think it's an equal slice for everybody of the sweet potato pie because sweet potato is the best pie on the planet, okay?
I don't know why we yell.
I just had to let people know. The reason I say that is because I think the strategy did not work. So far, the Dallas Mavericks, they have been one step ahead of what they've been able to do with adjustments. And this is a series, so we will see how they adjust. But the offense that we know, I mean, they only had 9 assists as a team. The Celtics had 9 blocks. So, like, their strength showed, whereas, you know, the Dallas Mavericks, they did not really manifest their offense in the way. So I saw Kyrie, like, there were some uncharacteristic moments, right? His shot getting blocked, him hitting the side of the backboard. Yeah, those are the things you remember, but it was affecting everyone. Their clean looks were not there. That's because their rim protector was back. And then also you have to make open shots. And there was one shot, I think it was in the 3rd quarter, that if Kyrie hit it, it would have cut it maybe from like 8 to maybe 7 or 6 or something like that. That to me was a huge opportunity, but it was one of those nights where it just kept piling on.
Right.
I'm more curious about the other end of the floor where they just had no answer for the Celtics, spreading them out, saying, where's Luka, where's Kyrie, where are your centers? We're going to get switches, we're going to pick on those guys, and we're going to drive, and kick. And they just, Dallas was just out of answers in the 3rd quarter. That's what I'm curious about.
We talked about this, you know, the Boston Celtics have been the best team in basketball all year long. But we talked about the Dallas Mavericks as potentially having the best 2 players potentially on the floor. They did not play like it last night. But if you're looking at this series now, I think a whole bunch of us, I was talking to one of the coaches of the Boston Celtics, and he said their duo needs to play outstanding. They need to play their best basketball. We just all need to play pretty well. We all need to play well because they believe that the talent gap is that big. So after watching that game last night, are you more on the side of, okay, could this be a quick series if the Mavericks don't figure something out?
I think the Mavs are going to come out just guns blazing in game 2. These 2 guys, especially Luka, are too good to go out quietly. But I had Celtics in 6. That was my pick. I feel good about that pick. And like I said, how easy the Celtics offense was in the 3rd and 4th quarters would scare me a little bit if I were a Dallas fan, and that's what worries me about it going forward. But they're going to get a game, or I mean, this is maybe it'll be a short series, I don't know. But we've got to remind ourselves sometimes. All that happened was the home team won 1 game. Like, sometimes you got to slow down and say, let's see what happens in game 2, because these are 2 bad dudes at the top of the Mavericks offense, and they're going to come out better in game 2.
Look, P.J. Washington, he'll play better. Derek Lively and Daniel Gafford, they'll play better. Again, your first time on this stage. I can't overemphasize how much pressure and how overwhelming it is to play in the finals. Like you're playing, but you're still dealing with the emotions of I'm in the NBA finals. And that's why Jay Kidd said at halftime. He said it in the post-game interview. Hey man, it's just basketball. He's trying to relax his team. Now that you done got the tickets out the way, now that you know that you're in Boston, now you go back into game 2 and it's back to playing basketball again.
Yeah.
And when but I mean, you mentioned Lively, you mentioned Gafford, you mentioned Pete. That all makes sense. But Luka, 1 assist for the game. Does he have to get that engine going?
Well, we look at assists like you can just assist. Like, oh, okay, I need more assist. Assist is like, Assist is like, okay, I'm going to give this to you. So, yes, they did a good job of taking away the lobs, right? Perfect. They took that away. That's 3 or 4 for him, you would feel like in a night. And it wasn't just him. Kyrie, they great in that area. But it was also, he didn't have the outlets. I think he only had 5 or 6 assist opportunities.
Six. That's a crazy number.
That's a crazy number because normally he's around, I would say, 15 to 20, and he gets 10. Great. So to have that number be low, they have to put him in a position, and that's why it takes us back to, well, we need to reposition him on the floor, maybe make him post up some more, because then you can see, in my opinion, you can see the outlets, especially the way the Celtics play defense.
But what is it that you always say? The team that gets punched first, usually they are the one.
Mike Tyson says everybody's got a plan until they get punched in the mouth. And those boys got punched in the mouth. And so now it's time to punch back. Can you get hit, stand up and say, okay, now here's my best hit. And look, the energy in the building was electric. The last time we were here, we saw the Golden State Warriors close them out. That energy in that building was not the same to start the game. Porzingis walks out. This is an intelligent basketball crowd. They know that they have the most talented team, and they are feeding that energy to them.
And they could feel it. Because when Porzingis walked in the arena, the building started to shake.
Best moment of the game. There was like a 10-second walk-in for Porzingis. It was up on the big screen. They showed him walking in. It was like a slow motion walk-in. Stephen A. tries to do it all the time. And that energy. What?
Don't do that.
What'd I say?
He said he tried it to Stephen A.
Well, absolutely.
I like the lilac.
It's purple, baby. It's purple.
They cut my walk-in.
They cut your walk-in.
We got your walk-in coming up later in NBA Today.